Hello guys, winter has come to Ukraine. Yesterday we had first snow in my city, but this also means Russia will have more tools and instruments to terrorize Ukraine.
These are the messages that Russians send us daily, killing us because we are Ukrainians.
Even small children now in Ukraine understand that snow can be trouble to the Ukrainian armed forces in the trenches and that our electric infrastructure gets especially vulnerable, remembering last year's blackouts. My name is Anna and I vlog daily from Ukraine since the start of the brutal Russian invasion. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and help us fight informational war. And my longtime friends, check your subscription status and hit notification button. In my video today, I want to speak about some new instruments that Russia uses to blackmail the world and to terrorize Ukraine. And these are some minor reconstructions made to their MIG jets that they use to bomb Ukraine with KINZHAL missiles and potentially threaten with nuclear hits. But I want to start with this winter season and how it changes everything. I do understand this also gives a lot of benefits to Ukrainian soldiers, and many Russian orcs can freeze without the supply and of course without the support of people on occupied territories. But winter is always difficult, and it is so emotional when you hear small children who are typically very excited when they see first snow, can make snowmen and snowballs, speak. We don't need that because we understand it will be cold for our fathers, for our soldiers, and it's very emotional. I do hope you feel it and you understand that Ukraine is just a country like yours, and our children also want to play snowballs and not to think about potential threats. Another thing that I like in my vlogs to provide you with this first-hand Ukrainian experience, something that you don't get from the newspaper or news, and these are air raid alerts. You know, we have them really often, but sometimes they can really get long, and that's what Russia does at the moment, because it is, sorry Facebook, I know you're sensitive, a terrorist state. Remember to subscribe and support if you agree with me and you want to see Putin defeated. So, we have air raid alerts in totally unpredictable times. At the very beginning of wars, there were many of them. Then there are periods when there are less. Of course, it also differs from region to region. Luhansk, Donetsk, Oblasts are constantly in this air raid alert regime, so that just from the start of the war. In my region, which is located in a semi-safe zone on Ukraine, close to the west, close to the border with the European Union, we have fewer air raid alerts. But since recently, Russia started using its modified MiG-31 jets to terrorize Ukraine. They have developed a technology to refuel these jets in the air, because typically they consume a lot of fuel during the flight and they cannot remain in the air longer than 2 hours. But now with this refueling technologies, they can stay in the air for up to 7 hours. And every time a MiG goes up in the air, in the sky, we have an air raid alert. And now many of them last more than 7 hours. What does it mean for an ordinary Ukrainian? Even if you are without explosions and they don't do anything on that day with that MiG, it's not actually often that they use them to bomb Ukraine, you stay alert and all of your life freezes. You will not go to the bank, you cannot continue your lecture, your doctor will not continue an appointment. And this is another kind of terror that people rarely speak on global media because, well, it's not that bloody, but still, all the country stops and waits for something bad to happen. Think about that. And Russia now uses it as another instrument. It's pretty cheap for them, 1 or 2 jets flying close to Ukrainian borders or on the occupied territories, carrying or not carrying KINZHAL missiles. And they have also modified, and they speak about that, MiG-31 to make it possible to drop nuclear bombs with them. Honestly, I think Putin is such a coward and he cares about his life so much, if he's not dead, that he will never nuke Ukraine with like a real atomic bomb or your country, but power stations, atomic power station, nuclear power stations, this is a dangerous object. By the way, we have some worrisome updates from Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Let me know, would you like a video on that? Because unprofessional Russian people who now keep under the control this power plant caused one blackout, and we know that blackout on a nuclear power plant is totally different than a blackout in a restaurant, and they are using some fuels not suitable for the mechanism. And actually this is what terrifies me much more than MIG with a nuclear bomb, potential nuclear bomb. I don't think they will use it. But what they do, they continue flying above Ukraine, causing air raid alerts that last for hours, for many hours. And now President Zelensky says that perhaps we should stop making air raid alerts when MiG-31 is in the air, because they rarely shell Ukraine from them, and because we cannot like stop the country for hours every day. And this is a very controversial issue now here inside the country, because some think yes, and it's very common for Ukrainians to check, oh, it's MiG flying, then okay, we ignore the air raid alert. Others say, oh, that's exactly what Russia wants. They want to distract our attention, to tire us, and then finally start killing us from these MiG jets. I don't know what to think. We will see pretty soon, but it is in the air. I don't mean snow, unfortunately. I mean this tension and the understanding they were keeping lots of missiles, and perhaps sometime soon, when it's really dark, cold and freezing, they will target some important infrastructural objects here. Let me know, what do you think about this Zelensky's ideas on the stopping of air raid alerts during MiG flights that last for hours and prevent us from everything. And this is just an illustration of the Ukrainian life under constant attacks and terror from Russian Federation, and another reminder that we cannot negotiate, we cannot forgive this terrorist regime, what it does to the world and what it does to Ukraine. This is going to be very symbolic. Either democracy wins or all of us lose. And I know you support Ukraine, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much for buying me coffees and becoming my patrons. Subscribe to my Instagram, Threads, Twitter, and join my Discord community. Many good people are everywhere. Introduce yourself to our beautiful Christmas collection in the merch shop. The link is in the description of this video. But most importantly, thank you for standing with us. Slava Ukraini!